copy up front? We have a copy of this up front. I'll bring one when I finish. Organize a public, so this is charge number 6. Organize a public safety group independent of RIRA. This group is in competition with RIRA's Public Safety Committee. This group undermines the work and credibility of RIRA's Public Safety Committee.
Okay, all in favor of calling the question? And say aye.
All in favor of what?
Calling the question.
Calling the question?
Okay, so we have the amendment. All in favor of calling the question on the amendment? Say aye. All opposed? All right. Let's raise your hand if you're in favor. All in favor? All in favor of adding the amendment to this bill in particular, number 6, as read by Aaron. Raise your hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All opposed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 opposed. Okay. Passes. This is abstain. So we have number 6.
What was the no?
Any abstain? Any abstentions? 1, 2, 3. Abstention. 1. Raise your hand high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 abstentions. The motion passes. All right. Okay, so we're adding number 6, organize public safety and RIRA. All right. Okay, so now let's continue to go around the room.
Yeah, so that in my comments,
You don't came in on an important, just there, huh?
I'll second my neighbor's motion.
Hi, I'm Vicki Riddler. I don't have a lot to add, but I would like to say that it is very important for the members of other organizations that it can't be people who undermine the willingness of people to volunteer for an organization. That's the key to making organizations successful. That has been my opinion of what has gone on with Mr. Farance and the exchange of emails on CC Talk, and that to me is the biggest issue. As far as I'm a person who likes facts, so I agree with Frank that people shouldn't speak of things that aren't factual, but any use of email addresses that you obtain through this organization is an egregious breach of what it's about. You have to have permission of people to send them emails on non-RIRA-related things. I've been president of an organization. I've been a major issue that we had to deal with. It's just not what you're allowed to do. You just cannot use it for personal business for any there's no reason, no justification to do.
I don't have much to add because I'm very new to the council. I don't think this is important. I'm present and listening, but that's all I'm going to say because I'm new.
Can I go later?
yeah, you're going to have your chance after the next meeting, and you want to give you a chance to do this.
Okay, permanent.
Because I'm going to be speaking to other people's comments, and this will give me an opportunity to speak more formally. So, it's okay.
Let everybody speak.
Well, Frank, you're going to have plenty of time next. You'll have all the time you need next week. Yeah, okay. We're finished at 3 minutes. So
I'm just saying I'm asking Joe to
Hold on. Frank asked to go last, and I think that we should respect it. If he wants to go after when spoken.
All right. Okay, so wait till everybody speaks and then you can.
Testing. Susan just asked if I have anything to add. I'm not sure I have anything to add, but I will say something. When I first joined this organization a few years ago, one of the first things that I noticed, quite frankly, was vagueness in our constitutional bylaws. And have tried, and today unsuccessfully, but we are making some progress, to add clarity to our constitutional bylaws in places where it would enhance the operations and effectiveness, at least from a procedural and guidance standpoint of this organization. Admittedly, there remains a bit of vagueness, even on this matter that we're discussing today. We use terms in our Constitution that certainly could be debated and argued. We use legal terms, but yet we don't define them in the context of this organization. Now, some can say, well, common usage sets in and common sense, but this is a special organization and we should be as clear as we can. That way, when we go through a process like this, I think it would enhance our confidence that we know what we're doing and we do it correctly. But even with the vagueness in the Constitution, I think it's a bit in the, what I call the operational part of the Constitution. It's quite clear what the preamble says of this document. And it's primarily because of the preamble that I think that we have to go through this two-phase process. In effect, what it is, a two-phase process, and this is just the first phase. The preamble states, and I don't have to read it to everyone, but I'd like to read it. We, the residents of Roosevelt Island, come from diverse backgrounds and have diverse interests and circumstances. We all want to live together in harmony based on mutual respect and the voluntary sharing of certain responsibilities for our common good. We formed this community association to enable us to define, maintain, and promote our common objectives in a democratic manner. Now, this preamble alone really sets the stage for how we conduct ourselves, and it's a very important beginning to this document. So, from my perspective, the preamble alone, to a great extent, gives us the right to pursue what appears to be some disharmony within and unsettling conditions within our group. I think for quite some time we haven't felt as though we are as settled as we should be, and it has affected our ability to conduct business. And I'm not making a final conclusion with this as to what the outcome will be. That will be done after what we consider phase 2 of this. But I think it's important that we keep in mind the preamble and what kind of organization we want this to be as we pursue it. And just one other thing, I voted for my colleagues' addition to the Bill of Particulars only because I thought it also merited a response from our colleague Frank as to what he thinks about each item that finds itself in this Bill of Particulars. So I don't think I should say any more this time other than this process is not over. We're going to give, and we're mandated and obligated to give our colleague Farance an opportunity to respond to all that's been said in here and give us his perspective on how he thinks the way forward should be. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Linda Hall, and I've lived on the island for about 25 years. I've been in and out of these meetings, and what I'm hearing tonight is somewhat despicable. I understand, I've heard a lot of you have been thrown under the bus by Frank, but I would just like to leave you all with this message that if there's anyone in this room that hasn't been in a position where they have talked about someone or done something that's a little unforgivable, I would just like to, as an organization, I would just like you all to listen to Frank. And throughout the years that I've been on Roosevelt Island, I don't know much about him, but I remember when he was the president of RIRA. And I just think that it's a little unfair, and I don't know all the particulars, and I don't know everything. And again, I see people making faces, and that's all right too. But on the flip side of that, I think that we all deserve a second chance. I really think so. And again, I don't have the final say, and none of us really do, but I mean, we have a chance to vote and whatever, but I would just think that you would all open your hearts and your minds up, and let's hear what he has to say, because really no one knows what people are going through at times, okay? And I think that we do owe him an opportunity to let him explain himself, and let's see what the outcome will turn out to be. But I think we should listen to him.
Good evening, I'm Layla. I worked on committees with Frank. I know him to be an excellent researcher. I know he's a hard worker, and he has a lot to offer, and I think he has a lot to say when it's good, he's good. Okay, when it's bad, it's bad. Somehow, Frank doesn't seem to filter all that he says, and I think that's a problem. I think he also uses, and I've heard through these, I've read through his emails, a lot about free speech. People keep talking about free speech, and I think that's being used just a little too free. Okay, I mean, just because one has, in this country, we have free speech, doesn't mean that we have to say everything that we want to say. And especially if it affects other people, it impacts on them very negatively. It's not a good thing.
I agree with Layla. My name is Julia Palermo. I've lived on this island since 1990, forever. I have a lot of respect for Frank. I consider him a friend. He's a very smart man. He does go a little overboard, which I've seen him sitting here quite often. But I don't know if this is the right answer. I don't know if this is the way it should be handled. All of us make mistakes. He's never done anything personally to me, and I guess to the ones of you that, are personally hurt by it. But I think we should think it out maybe and give him another chance. I don't know, but I'm just saying, he's a good person to have on your team.
So I guess I've been asked to just what my thoughts are concerning this motion. And what I would like to say, and I guess what's a bigger concern for me, is the overall effect that the differing conduct that's been has had on the participation of the members throughout. I'm speaking